Okay, guys, I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. I got a message or two wanting to know a couple parts that I've used on the build of this truck. I think I went over them in the original first upgrade that I did on it, but I'm not exactly sure now. Mind you, I don't have part numbers, but I can point you in the right direction. So with that, let's get started. The first thing that I was asked about was my wheels and tires on the front. Now, the tires that I'm using on the front of that truck are a cheap knockoff I got them off of Amazon. Now, that tire is supposed to resemble what I believe is a RC four-wheel drive dirt grabber 1.9. It's usually the tires that they put on their ready to run kits that nobody really likes, and I'll tell you why I used them on this one. Number one is they're just tall enough. They keep the scale realism. The tread on the tires looks ridiculously close to a BF Goodrich KO2 or whatever tire that they're making at the moment. I think it's a KO2. But the sidewall on these tires doesn't flex as bad as the tires on the rear of my truck. Now, I did have four of the tires that I have on the rear. I had four of them on there at one time, and they really squatted when you put the truck in a corner. As far as the front end goes, it would flatten the tire out. So that's why I went and changed these tires. But I'll try to get a shot of the tread on them if I can. I hope that's showing up. I can't really see, but good tire, kind of narrow, a little more narrow than what I have on the rear. And those tires they came four in a set. They do have foam inside of them, and I believe they were less than $18. Now, the rear tires are also an Amazon score. Those are another RC four-wheel drive replica or RC four-wheel drive knockoff of a Dick CPEC Mud Country 1.9. And the reason why I went with them is because I've used them on crawlers in the past. They have a real realistic scale appeal to them. Look really good on the truck. They're just wide enough, but not too wide, to where they perform well and they look great. Now, the only problem with these tires is if you run your truck brushed, you shouldn't have any issues with these tires ballooning. What I mean by ballooning is I think we've all seen them on brushless cars. Whenever you peg a brushless car from the start, tires swell up and just grow ridiculously big. That's what we refer to as ballooning. These tires will do it on a brushless system. Now, on a brush system, you shouldn't have any problems. But great tire, comes with the foam, great tread pattern, but the sidewalls over time do flex really bad, and that's why I'm only running them on the rear at the moment. But again, those tires there, I think, were $18.88 for all four, and they were on Amazon again. Now, my wheels, I have a bunch of wheels, a lot of wheels, and I used to buy a lot of like SSD and just numerous manufacturers, but I got to where they were a little bit high. Especially, I've never owned a set of Vanquish, and I never will because they're too expensive for what they are. Again, these 1.9 beadlocks for a crawler is all they are, and they fit perfect. They've got the hub adapters on the back side of them, so there is a 6 lug in the center. I don't know if you can't really see them in there, I don't reckon, but the actual center here has 6 lugs in it for the adapter on the back side. These I didn't have to run any spacers. When I say spacers, just a small washer. Now, I do have other sets, like my black set that I originally had on it. You do have to run a spacer on them. It's not a big deal. It's maybe 1 or 2 small washers, and then behind the wheel, between the wheel and the hub, set the wheel on top, put your wheel nut on it, crank it down, and it's ready to go. All right, now, this being a ready to run originally, it only had bushings. in the truck. There was no bearings in it whatsoever, except for a couple I believe were in the transmission. I think it might be 3 or 4 in there. I did put a full set of bearings on this truck. It's not any specific brand. I just went to my hobby shop. My buddy, I got one of my best friends on a hobby shop here in town, and told him what I wanted, and he sized them up and gave me all the bearings for that truck. So it's got full bearings all the way around on all 4 corners. Inside the transmission, I changed the stock ones out to the ceramic coated that I got from him, and it's been perfect ever since. You can tell a massive difference. You don't have any of that bad camber as the bearings get bad, and as the bushings get bad, it wants to sit kind of weird. But these are foolproof, and it was a great addition to the truck. Then we go to the light bar on the top. Now, I don't have a part number for that light bar, but it has been through hell. I'm looking at it now, and it's still coming back for more. That light bar is wired. I do not have it tied into my receiver at the moment. That's why I haven't run it with those lights on as of late. And it does have rear lights on it also. But that light bar is an axial light bar, axial racing. You know, the guys who make the crawlers and the bomber and all that crazy stuff. That is actually a light bar off of a deadbolt. But it's an option part that you can easily locate online. I think I got that one off an eBay many years ago. I was going to use it on a build I was doing. Never used it, set it in my spare parts box, and when I started to build this truck, I thought, well, man, that would really look neat up on top and just give it a little bit of character. Fit perfectly, was nothing to put on. Took more time to wire the lights than it did anything else. And yeah, it's been a welcome addition to it. Then I moved to the back of the truck, and now this being an art ready to run, like I said, it did not have the roll cage. I wanted the roll cage. I didn't want to buy the kit version of this truck. I got a great deal on this truck for what it was when it was released, and the roll cage was just another $23. So I put the roll cage on the truck, and it's been great ever since. So overall, it's really on the verge of being a Outlaw Rampage Pro, even though it's not a Pro. It's still a ready to run right out of the box. I bought that truck for $149 and have thrown a budget-minded build concept at it. Built the truck the way I want it. It performs really well. It does give a lot of problems, but I'm really hard on it too. It doesn't have a brushed system in it anymore. I have upped it to a Castle 1406 3800 kV short course truck system, and it likes it. It really likes it. It's a whole nother animal when you go brushless on these trucks, but I'm learning where the weak spots are. Now, I just released a video where I broke the axle shaft, and I thought I was going to be in a mess trying to find axles. So I called my buddy again. Thank God I called him before he closed, and he has a set of axle shafts for this truck down there behind the desk with my name on it that I'm going to pick up on Monday, and hopefully go ahead and just rebuild the whole differential again, because I couldn't rebuild the diff. There's some really, really small grub screws in there that I don't have the right tool for, but I think I'll go ahead and rebuild it while I'm up there, put new fluid in the differential, because there is a fluid diff in it, and then bring it home, put it back together, and hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, all that good luck shit that we do, hopefully this time it'll stay together long enough to get some run video, because I'm telling you guys, this thing is a rocket now. I do have new shocks that I'm going to try to get on during the week. I've located 3 of them. For some reason, I'm missing one of the front shocks. If I can find the other front shock, then I'll put them all 4 on. If not, then I'm going to take the new rear shocks that I've got, put them on the truck, and move the rear shocks that are stock on the truck and put them on the front of this truck, and I'd still go out and punish it one more again. Hey, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope anybody was interested in trying to find out what's in this truck. found this a little bit useful. I'm sorry I can't provide you with part numbers, but I'm here to tell you, you do not have to throw hundreds of dollars at this truck to make it a monster. Get on Amazon, find the parts you like. Don't try to build a truck exactly like your buddies or the guy at the hobby shop, or a truck just like mine. You build it your way and make it your own and enjoy that thing. Look, guys, take good care of yourself, and we'll catch you on the next video, all right? Till then, we will see ya.